Ukistaajabu ya Musa utayaona ya Firauni. Ladies and gentlemen, if I were a member of UDA ruling party in Kenya, I would sit down with my voters, maybe from a particular region, and ask them to explain what the real problem that is facing them when it comes to Kenyan politics. Why am I saying so? An embarrassing incident was witnessed today on Wednesday in Laikipia County during a funeral meeting where President William Ruto appeared unable to understand why people suddenly walked out of the gathering. You know? Here is what happened. As you all know, Laikipia County Woman Representative Jane Kagiri was elected through President William Ruto's UDA political party during last general elections 2022. Now, today, during a funeral meeting, Jane Kagiri sent her representative to convey her condolences when the representative stood mbele ya waombolezaji and announced that he had been sent by Jane Kagiri to deliver her message of sympathy. People began making noise and walking away. The seats were left empty, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this video to see what happened.
Nimekuja hapa kuleta rambirambi zangu mwenyewe kwa familia ya Sami. Sami namjua sana, nikianza kumuita majina nitamuita baba Mangi, nitamuita wote kwa sababu namuelewa vizuri. Nirudi nilete rambirambi za Mheshimiwa Jane Kagiri ambaye pia
imeisha wapendwa, imeisha. Wacha ngoja hiyo safari tafadhali mahali umesimama tu dakika moja na itakuwa vizuri.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know Jane Kagiri is associated politically with President William Ruto. As you continue watching this clip, ladies and gentlemen, please, I repeat, I request you, I beseech you, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to this Mwana Kenya media channel yet, I kindly ask you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you will be notified whenever we upload new content. Thank you for your great support you are showing to this channel. May our supreme being whole of heaven bless you more than enough. Without wasting your time, back to our analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, people walked out because Jane Kagiri, who is the current Laikipia woman representative, supports President William Ruto and the UDA political party. Now, many of those who were present do not support Ruto. You know, I want to put this into perspective so that we can really understand what does it mean when people leave a meeting, a funeral meeting, as soon as someone associated with President William Ruto is mentioned. One, the Rigathi Gachagua factor. How? Remember, UDA members of parliament and senators and President William Ruto shared a common thoughts in removing Rigathi Gachagua through impeachment motion, and they successfully removed Gachagua from his office. Now, when Rigathi Gachagua was removed, many Kenyans, to be specific, those who hail from Mlima Kenya, said that it was a political, or rather a major betrayal. Gachagua has been saying that all those he considers traitors should not be given another leadership opportunity, especially in Mlima Kenya region. Now, Jenny Kagiri is said by some to be a traitor because of her association with President William Ruto, who removed Rigathi Gachagua from his office as the Deputy President. Now, this is as a result, many people in Mlima Kenya region no longer want to hear about Ruto following Gachagua's message. Point number 2, what does it mean when people leave a funeral meeting as soon as someone associated with Ruto is mentioned? Ruto is politically rejected. Ladies and gentlemen, many people, or rather those who hail from Mlima Kenya region, do not support President William Ruto. That is how it's alleged. It is, ladies and gentlemen, it is claimed, or rather it is alleged, that development projects have not been implemented in the region. When the Walkout by-election approached, people noticed renewed government activity in the region, including the distribution of blankets, mattresses, gas cylinders, and money. This has led some to say that the government only remembers development when there is an urgent political need, like a by-election in Walkout. You know, the government that is under the leadership of President William Ruto is using all means kuchukua kiti cha Walkout. You know, we are having by-election tomorrow on Thursday, and the political battle is between UDA and DCP party that is under a former impeached Rigathi Gachagua leadership. We are waiting to see who is going to win against the other. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude by asking a simple question. Why do you think Ruto, or rather, what do you think Ruto should do to regain his support in the so-called Mlima Kenya region? Write your opinion in the comment section below so we can discuss the serious political facts of the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet in the next video. But if you have not subscribed to this channel, please, I kindly ask you to consider subscribing. Share our links to other WhatsApp groups and even on Facebook so that we can continue growing, or rather building, this channel of ours, Mwana Kenya Media, where we don't sugarcoat but we always put news as it is. People, let's meet in the next video. Bye bye, ladies and gentlemen. Next video. Bye bye.